You see the title of the video. Let's have this conversation. I'm Venom 2 Million, and that was not an edit because this has to be directly uploaded because I'm about to go to class. But I tried to do a direct upload Saturday. It didn't work because my phone didn't do it. Now let's get to the title. Could the Sinister Six have anything to do with Spider-Man joining the Civil War? Now, why am I asking this question? Where is the Sinister Six idea coming from? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I do know, actually. That's why I'm making the video. On to it. Sinister Six trademarks have been renewed. Marvel and Sony have renewed Sinister Six related trademarks. Let me read this a little bit. It says that they have renewed the production and distribution of motion picture films, radio programs, television programs, and animated television programs, production of sound recordings, video production services, multimedia entertainment services in the nature of recording, production, and post-production services in the field of music, video, and motion picture films. So basically, some things that popped out was the distribution of motion picture films, television programs, and animated television programs. Now, where's this idea coming from? There was a rumor that came out by geek.com. I'll talk about this rumor and then I'll connect everything together. And the rumor basically was this, that the reason why Spider-Man will be joining the Civil War is because Tony Stark's going to recruit him. Because he's apparently been watching Spider-Man. It says that that he's been keeping an eye on a certain young genius and his superhuman abilities, which makes sense given all the S.H.I.E.L.D. files he had access to. He's probably been keeping tabs on Peter Parker since he first started his career as a vigilante. It says that our source tells us that Tony goes to Peter Parker specifically to recruit him and to seal the deal, offers him an advanced spider suit to fight in, an upgrade from whatever 15-year-old Peter was previously slinging around. But why would Peter even consider such a deal? I'll tell you. It says because Peter started becoming Spidey because he grew up and idolized Tony. Isn't that so cute? It says our sources tell us that Spider-Man has been watching Tony since he was 5 years old because 10 years ago was when Tony Stark said, "I am Iron Man." And Spider-Man's been watching that. He was 5. This was 10 years ago. He's 15 now. And he's been watching. And he's been dominating the news ever since he was a kid. And now Peter's a teenager. And when he got powers, he said, "I want to be just like Iron Man." So Tony's been watching him. And he goes to him and says, "Hey, let's be bros." Would you turn that down? That's what Geek.com says. It says, if suddenly the person you admire shows up on your balcony with a sweet piece of tech and says, "Hey, let's be bros," are you going to turn it down? Because to seal the deal, he's going to offer him a suit that's better than his homemade suit. By the way, his homemade suit is not a hoodie. The hoodie that came out was not that could be, but I don't think so. I don't think Spider-Man's going to be wearing a hoodie. People were tweeting me and saying, "Venom, listen, that hoodie's not the suit, okay? It's been confirmed." No, the hoodie is not the suit. The hoodie is based on a design of the suit from Marvel. Yes, and by the way, some extra stuff from the suit has been leaked out today. It's of the pajama. It's pajamas basically, so it's a top and a bottom, not a hoodie. So I'm not going to put that in the video, but it's going to be in the description for you to look at. So that's interesting enough. Like my opinion on the suit is it looks nice. I like the very disgruntled webbing, the non-patternized webbing. It looks really cool. It looks like the Edge of Time suit, and I'm referring to the Spider-Man Edge of Time video game because that suit is what I wanted from the suit in the films. You want to know why? Because it looks like a sewn suit that a child could make. Not saying that a child wouldn't be able to make the suits in the previous films, but I am saying that the previous films' suits costed over $100,000 to make. So, yes, you can put that in your mind. Back to the topic. My problem with this information right here, this geek.com things that has to do with Tony Stark recruiting Spider-Man, is that he randomly just is watching Spider-Man. Why is he watching Spider-Man? Why? I'll wait for your answer. Exactly. There is not one. Geek.com says that he's just watching him. It says he's been keeping a watchful eye on who's who of the superhero world. So why are you watching Spider-Man? What has he done? Nothing. Daredevil has done a lot. Jessica Jones. I mean, why would Tony be watching Spider-Man? There's absolutely no reason to. It's convenient. It's like they're just saying, "Oh, Spider-Man, he's been watching him." Why? In terms of a story aspect. To the real world, Spider-Man's a big deal. I'm talking about to us outside of the films. In the film, Spider-Man's he's a nobody. So why would Tony be watching him? And what if the Sinister Six, so this is when I connected two rumors, what if the Sinister Six trademark has to do with it? What if they make a Netflix show about Sinister Six that takes place before the Civil War film, in which Spider-Man and other heroes are doing things, and Spider-Man saves the day? Or not, Honestly, I'm going to be honest, and I think that the Geek.com, this rumor talking about Tony just watching Spider-Man for no reason at all, I'm going to take that as somebody was like me was thinking of something, and they just sent it to Geek, and Geek was like, "Oh, that's our source, yeah," and they wrote it, and because it doesn't make sense. Why would he be watching him? Why? If you want a reason as to why Tony would actually be watching him, watch Venom 2 Million's video. The video in the description. Watch that one. Because that gives a reason as to why not just Tony, but the world would be watching him. Because Spider-Man should be a national hero. And that would also tap into that Civil War comic book kind of thing. Because Spider-Man is a national hero. Him unmasking himself made national news. I'm not saying in the film he would unmask himself. I'm saying that Spider-Man making national news would be kind of an homage to the comics. Because Spider-Man would be a big deal and would get the attention of everybody and be the talk of the town. And Tony Stark would want that on his side. And then once he meets Spider-Man, he would get to know him and, get that fatherly love, eventually. It would be a gradual thing. But I think that my explanation is a lot better than Geek's explanation, because there simply is not one. Yes, Tony giving Spider-Man a suit is cool, and I do have a feeling that they may do something like that, because I was sent something a few months ago that has to do with an Iron Spider suit, and I haven't made a video about it, so I plan on making a video about that, because it's actually interesting. The Iron Spider suit, I do think, could possibly happen. And also the Russos, when asked about it, they said they didn't really comment, So that could be interesting. So I'm going to make a video about the Iron Spider suit, whether or not I believe it will be showcased in the Civil War film. This article, though, I think they're on the right track, but there is not a reason as to why Tony would be looking for Peter. There's no reason. He's just looking for a child. Why? It makes no sense. So I'm going to have to say that Geek.com, just subscribe to Venom 2 Million. Geek, write articles about what I say. Okay? Was that arrogant? I don't think so. I'm just joking, by the way, guys. I'm just joking. But yeah, that's really it. So what do you guys think about that? Could the Sinister Six be a reason why Spider-Man's incorporated into the Civil War? Maybe they make a Sinister Six show that has to do with Spider-Man fighting them and getting the attention of everyone. I mean, if you ask me, I think that the Sinister Six trademarks have just been renewed. That's really it. I think they've just been renewed. Because I don't really see a reason as to why, they would make a Sinister Six show. And then this article on comicbookmovie.com is talking about it being a comedy because of John Ridley's project, saying that Marvel's developing a comedy show. I mean, there was talk of some show coming out that has to do with people that live in the world with this collateral damage. And that's supposed to be a comedy. So wasn't he talking about that? I don't think he's talking about the Sinister Six. But perhaps they could make a Sinister Six show and connect Spider-Man to the Civil War. I honestly don't believe it. I think that this trademark is just a re-trademarking of the Sinister Six, because they do plan on making a movie. And I do think they could make a Netflix show in the future. But I don't think it would take place before the Civil War. And I don't think it would incorporate Spider-Man to the Civil War. So yeah, that's really what I think. I think that this trademark is just a trademark. And I think that we will be seeing the Sinister Six on the big screen or on a screen in the MCU eventually. But I don't think that they're going to have to do with the Civil War. So yeah, what do you guys think? Let's have that conversation. What do you think about the suits, the hoodies? Look at that suit I put in the description. What do you think about that? What do you think about the rumor that has to do with Tony and Spider-Man? Again, I think that there's no reason for it that comic book or that geek.com gives. They don't give a reason. So I like my idea better because it's like theirs, but I give a reason. They don't have a reason. They just say Tony's been watching. He's been keeping an eye on the superheroes and he's just been watching Spider-Man. Why? Because he's a scientist and Spider-Man seems to have like agility and can stick on walls and stuff. Is that why? I mean, the geek.com doesn't say that, so we don't know. Maybe that's the reason why. I mean, but I came up with that, not geek. So why? Like, there's no explanation. There's no explanation. So let's have that conversation below. As always, thank you guys for watching. I am Vince Me and saying make sure you subscribe to stay in the know. And that way you can get some analytical goodness. Subscribe for some video games videos because, I do those as well. And I thank you all for watching. Hit the like button. Follow me on all of my social networks below. And peace. Have a good one, guys. Peace.